Hi everyone. Okay, so it's Sunday. Don't even know what day it is. It's March 29th maybe. And it's such a beautiful day today, and so many of our bird species have returned that I just wanted to record a session outside for you. So I would love for you to have some sort of a ball for this session. This is a lacrosse ball, but even a squishy ball or a tennis ball would work. It could be a little bit bigger than this ball, so don't get like too tied up about what kind of ball it is. Just something that's round that can roll and provide a little bit of stimulus underneath of your foot. Also, you might want to have a blanket for this class, especially because we'll be down on one knee for some of the time, moving in through some lunges. So the other day I recorded for you a yin class that was great for the hips and the low back, and I feel like we need to shift the energy a little bit more and move into a little bit of strength without getting too vigorous today. So again, our focus will be like the hips and the back and twists, but we'll do that within a little bit stronger Hatha style class. So welcome. If you need to grab any props, go ahead and get them now. I'm aiming for this class to be about an hour. It's really good to see you. Let's get started. Okay, so today you're just going to take the ball underneath the sole of one foot and start rolling the ball forward and back from the toes to the heel. And all you want to do through this movement is to create a little bit of stimulation, gentle pressure underneath the sole of the foot. We're also working into stability and balance in the standing leg, and that's really great practice for us right now as well. And you're going to notice that there's certain areas under the sole of the foot that you're going to roll over quite naturally, and there's other areas that you're going to have to be a little bit more intentional about. So for instance, the back of the heel, the outside edges of the foot, out to the ends of the toes. So just being mindful of that and rolling out. And then when you feel like that is complete, then you can go ahead and start stepping on the ball in all different little places, adding a little bit of pressure, placing a little bit of weight over the ball with the sole of your foot. And again, working into the inner arch, the outer arch, up at the base of the toe mounds. Good. And I even want you to experiment with spreading the toes out over the ball. So spread the toes over the ball, push them down into the ball. Good. And get that nice little stimulation in between the toes as well. Activate all of those energy lines in the feet. Good. Okay. All right, when you feel through with this side, I want you to come to an equal standing pose, standing on both feet. Let your eyes close, a really low-key mountain pose, and sense into the base of the foot that you just rolled and your other foot. Notice which foot feels like it's like literally making more contact with your mat, with the floor. Is there one leg, one foot that feels a little bit more steady, a little bit more stable? We're bringing our awareness into our body, which makes this a really great centering movement as well. Sometimes we like to do breathing for centering. That's a great practice as well. But sometimes when our minds are really busy and we have a lot going on, sometimes we can almost even get frustrated with ourselves for our lack of concentration in those beginning kind of breathing centering practices. So I find that this is a really nice way to like shift our energy all the way up from the heady stuff way down to the soles of the feet. So again, rolling, we're rolling the second foot, we're moving forward and back to the back of the heel and forward to the toes, outside edges of the feet, inside edges of the feet. Awesome. Keep it up a little bit. Great. Okay, and now I would love for you to switch it up and just put a little bit of pressure over the ball with the base of your foot. If you're using a really squishy ball, you might be able to use a little bit more pressure than somebody might be using a lacrosse ball or a hockey ball, something that's a lot more dense. Good. So again, just letting this be an exercise in awareness and waking up the soles of the feet with little gentle stimulation. Stretch the toes over the ball, press the toes, down into your ball. Good. Almost there. A couple more times. Find any little areas that want a little bit more. Okay, let the ball roll off of your mat. Come to mountain pose. Pause here. Breathe in, bring the shoulders forward and up. Breathe out, bring the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, shoulders forward and up. Breathe out, shoulders back and down. You could even let your eyes close, and in fact, I would encourage you to close your eyes. Let the eyelids really come down over your eyes, and imagine your eyeballs looking down toward your cheeks. Really loosen up those muscles in and around the eyeballs, taking the gaze in that downward direction, still grounding and bringing our energy down from the mind really deep into the body. Good. 2 more shoulder rolls in the backward direction. Good. And then I want you to inhale and rise and reach the arms up over the head. Clasp one wrist with the opposite hand. Reach up, lengthen through the rib cage, anchor the feet, and then I want you to hinge over to one side. Take a long stretch through the side body. Good. Anchor down through both feet. Soft knees. Breathe long. Neck long. Inhale here. Stay for the out breath. Inhale back to center. Switch the grip of the hands. Exhale, hinge in the other direction. Breathe here. Lengthen through the side body. Wake up the ribs. Wake up the spine. Deep opening through the intercostal muscles. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale back through center. Exhale, release the arms down. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist in one direction. The back arm reaches behind you. The front arm reaches long in front of you. Anchor through the legs and lift through the spine. Almost as though there's a little string attached to the crown of the head, pulling the head up. Breathe in here. Stay for your out breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the other direction and reach long through the fingertips. Like you're expressing from the heart, extending out through the arms, out through the fingers, down into the earth and up to the sky. Good. Reaching and extending your energy field far and wide. Beautiful. A couple more breaths here. Inhale, reach up, bring the arms back through center. Exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale, clasp the hands behind you. Exhale, press the fists down toward the floor, opening the heart. Good. Maybe this is super gentle right now. Notice how the chest is feeling, any openness, any constriction, and maybe leaving it really soft. Hands connect to low back. Or maybe on the inhale, resting here. On the exhale, pressing the arms back and away. Inhale, release the hands toward the low back. Exhale, press the arms away. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders toward each other. Open the chest. Soften on your in-breath. Exhale, extend the arms back. 2 more like that with the pace of your own breath. Good. Last one, nice long extension through the arms, open through the heart, release the hands, stretch the fingers. Inhale, reach wide and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, let the knees bend, walk out the feet, walk the hands to the right and the left, bending the knees as you switch sides. Head and neck dangle, spine lengthen. Let's enjoy 3 fallout breaths here. So I'd love for you to breathe in fully through the nose and sigh your exhale through your mouth. Let it be audible 2 more times. Beautiful. Inhale, lift halfway. Press the palms into the shins. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulders on your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long reach, rise up. Exhale, hands lower to heart center. Inhale, stretch the fingers to the sky. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to flat back, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to your kneeling position, table pose. Knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Cat-cow the spine, soften the belly button. Pull the heart forward, gaze up, and then reverse. Tuck the tail, round the back, chin to chest. Repeat several more times. I want you to feel the core line of your body, feel the midline, feel the navel draw up to the spine as you round. Good. Feel your shoulders draw toward one another as you pull the heart forward and up. Make that connection to the midline. If your wrists fatigue at any point during the time while we're in the hands and knees position, you might choose to come up onto fists and work there rather than on the palms. Good. Pull forward and through one more time, and then return to neutral spine, tail to the back of your mat, crown to the front. Plant your hands, reach and extend one leg back behind you, point the toes behind you. See if you can level the hips. The tendency is for the hip of the lifted leg to punch up to the sky. Let's level them off, engaging the core, and reach that leg way out to the side of your mat, keeping the hip level, and then pull the leg back through center. Open up, feel the outer hip and glute engage, and then with control and strength, pull the leg back through center. You can do 4 or 5 more. Move at your own pace. Press the arms long into your mat. Keep the upper body strong and firm. Good. So really, the movement is coming fully here from the leg, a little bit from the hip without lifting and rotating through the hip. The line of the back body stays long. 2 more. Good. All right, keep this leg lifted if that's possible, and anchor the hand of the lifted leg onto your mat. Reach and extend forward with the opposite arm. Stabilize here. Pull through the fingers away from your head. Reach back to the back of the mat through the toes. Stabilize, and then open the leg. As you open the arm, the core of the body stays aligned with the center of your mat. Good. Move with control. You might need to slow it down. Move with your breath. Feel this like a little mini fluid flow. Can you imagine that the arm and the leg are moving through water? Good. 2 more. As you open the arm away from your body, engage the shoulder on your back. Good. Release the hand, release the knee, widen the knees, sit back to child's pose. Leave the forearms lifted, tent the fingers, let the forehead drape down toward your mat. But the elbows are up. We're getting a nice stretch and opening through the back of the body. Maybe shift the hips a little bit side to side. A couple more breaths here. Good. Push through your hands, draw your hands back in underneath your shoulders, and return to your tabletop position. Let's take a moment and give the wrists a little bit of reprieve, a little bit more opening. Okay. We're going to turn the tops of the hands down onto our mat, just a little bit of gentle pressure, not your whole body weight by any means, and rotate the fingers in back toward your knees and around to the outer edges of your mat, back in and around toward the front of the mat. Good. And then press the palms onto your mat. Again, just walking your hands in all directions. okay? Closer to your knees if you feel like you're just developing your wrist strength and your wrists feel tender when you practice the weight-bearing poses, or if you need a little bit more, you can bring more body weight into it by walking the hands forward of your knees toward the front of your mat. Good, and then come up onto your fingers so that your knuckles are coming down toward the mat. Some of your knuckles might actually touch the mat. For some of us, the knuckles might stay lifted. Everybody will be a little bit different here. Work with the amount of flexion and extension that you have in your own range. Good. All right, let's come back down to our tabletop pose, either on fists or on the palms, you decide. Extend the opposite leg back this time. Level the hips, so not too high, not too low. Both hip bones in line with one another. Point the toes to the back of your mat. Open away from the mat and close the leg back in through center. Notice how it takes a lot of effort from the leg that's on the mat to continue to like engage and stabilize your body. It helps to keep the core and the rest of the trunk nice and solid while you open up and move through that extension of the leg that's extended behind you. Keep with this a little bit longer. Flow through the movement at your own pace. Our focus is to keep the hips level. If you're unable to practice outside today, which is more than likely, maybe open a window and get a little bit of fresh air. Maybe you can hear birds singing where you are. Good. Next time, bring that leg back in. Keep the leg lifted. The hand stays anchored on the same side that the leg is lifted, and we're going to reach and extend the opposite arm forward ahead of us toward the front of the mat. Good. Find your stability. Take any change in the bottom wrist position that you need to sustain this. Good, and now we're going to open and close, arm and leg. As the arm opens, we're engaging the shoulder toward the spine. We're trying to do our best to maintain that level hip height through the opposite leg. I'm feeling the obliques kick in here too. I wonder if you are as well. Send me a little note later. Really well done. So, controlled, strong movement. If you need to take a break, take a break. We're going to try for 3 more. Can the arm and the leg extend and return to center at the same time? Good. Here we are, back through center. See if you can keep the knees together this time. Sit back to your child's pose. Let the arms walk forward. Release the forehead to stacked hands or to the mat. Whatever works in your body today. And breathe here. Fill your back body with your breath. Good. A couple more breath here, and as you're finishing up, just know that this is a pose that you can always come back to if we're doing a downward facing dog, but you're more comfortable in a resting child's pose, or if the shoulders just need a break and you want to take a moment there, that's always available as an option for you. Come back up to your hands and knees, walk your hands forward on the mat, spread your fingers wide, dig into the mat through the base of all 10 fingers. Lift the hips up, press the hands into the mat, bend the knees, and press the chest back toward the thighs for your first downward facing dog. And feel free to spend a little bit of time here walking out the feet, feeling your breath. Lift the navel up toward the spine. Good. With both knees bent, wiggle, walk the hands back toward the feet. Widen the feet And just take a little moment here in a squat-like position. Some of us might be up a little bit higher. Let that be okay. Be wherever you are today in your practice. This is the first time we're coming into a squatting type position. Good. And just give yourself permission to move and open through the hips a little bit more. Good. Let the heels land as you start to bring the hips up. Walk the feet to about hips distance. Let the arms dangle. Strengthen the legs and slowly lengthen the spine. Head and neck, last parts to rise. Rise and reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, the hands come down to heart center. Inhale, rise, reach, extend the arms up. Exhale, hinge, let the knees bend with control while keeping the hips fairly steady and stable. Walk the hands forward into your downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Exhale, ripple wave forward. Bring the shoulders on top of the wrists. Push back through the heels or land onto your knees in plank pose. Draw the navel to the spine. As the hands dig into your mat, the arm bones lengthen. The shoulders wrap around the sides of the rib cage. Nice long neck. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Inhale, rotate over onto the outside edge of the right foot. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, rotate onto the outside edge of the left foot. Exhale, back through center. Press through the hands to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. On your inhale, the right foot's gonna walk forward. You might bring the right hand to the right ankle to help it come up to the top of your mat. Good. And then we're gonna bring the hands to either side of the front leg. Back knee is down on our mat. And we're just gonna explore this hip opening movement for a moment. Be a little bit more free with it. So sitting back, walking the hands back toward the hips, shifting your weight forward, not being too concerned at this moment about the exact precise form that you're in, but feeling the hip mobility in this position, maybe walking the hands to the inside of the front leg, walking the hands forward, back, and maybe to the outside of the front leg, shifting the hips back. Good. Okay, let's come into a more static position now. I want you to dig the front heel down into your mat and light up the front leg. Good. Press through the heel, slowly rise up. Reach and extend the arms over your head, and then exhale, draw your thumbs down to heart center. Good. We know that front leg is engaged, and let's engage the back leg as well. The muscles are lit up in the front of the leg so that the right hip is shifting slightly back, and the left hip is shifting slightly forward. Hands to heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, twist toward the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist toward the right again. Back through center. Twisting one more time. Release through center. Inhale, rise, reach, extend the arms up. Interlace the last three fingers, index and thumb. Connect. Reach through the sides of the rib cage. Lengthen the spine. Take the gaze to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the hands to frame the front foot. Lift the back knee and step the right foot back to meet the left, pressing up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next inhale, bring the left foot forward. You can use your left hand to help the left foot come up, or maybe you take a couple steps, or maybe one step. Everybody will be a little bit different. And again, exploring the openness, any constriction that we feel through the left side. I'm feeling this through the hip and the hip flexor. I'm feeling this through the hamstrings. Just going to take a little walk. And then I'm going to bring the hands to the inside of the left leg and walk it out over to the right. Walk it back up toward the left foot. Walking over to the left. Back through center. Hands to either side of the left foot. Good. Digging into the mat through the heel. Lighting up the front leg. Keeping that stabilization to rise up, reach and extend the arms overhead. Bring the hands to heart center and connect energetically the strength in the back leg. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale at center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, repeat, twist to your left. Good. Inhale. Exhale, explore the range through the spine. Not moving into the deepest twist we've ever done just yet. We have time for that. Back through center, really strong through the front leg. We're going one more time, twisting to the left. Back through center, lower the hands to frame the front foot, tuck the back foot, lift the back knee. Step left foot back to meet right in downward facing dog or child's pose or some variation of table pose. Let the head and neck hang and be long. Bend the knees, walk out the feet, take what you need. Lift the navel toward the spine. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. One more inhale here. Exhale, ripple wave forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Good. Spread the fingers. Anchor into the fingers. Press long and strong through the arms. Wrap the shoulders across the rib cage. Press back through the heels. Good. Turn the inner thighs in toward each other and then up toward the sky. Super strong here. Inhale, rotate onto the right blade of the foot. Exhale, back through center, keeping the core strong. Rotate to the outer edge of the left foot. Back through center. Press through both hands evenly. Raise the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, lift and extend the right leg up and back behind you. Squeeze the knee toward the chest, round the back. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Keep the back leg lifted this time, optionally. Good, and we're going to slowly rise up, connecting to a really strong sense of grounding through both feet. So if you need a little bit of support with your balance, feel free to widen your stance, or you could always have a chair right in front of you to give you that extra support. We're going to start with the hands on the hips. Good. Anchor in to this pose. Feel your breath. Connect to your breath. I want you to breathe right into your sternum. Fill up your ribs with your breath. Fill up your lungs. Good. Go ahead, rise, reach, and extend the arms up. And exhale, release the hands, clasp the hands behind your back. Press the fists down, lift the chest up. Good. Long spine. Feel a tail extend down toward the floor. And incrementally creating space between each vertebra. And maybe the gaze comes up. Inhale. Exhale, keep the clasp of the hands, hinge forward, shoulder to the inside of the front leg. Leaving the hands clasped and reaching them up and off of the low back, or releasing the clasp of the hands, reaching the fingers far behind you toward the back of the mat, engaging the muscles on the back body. Squeezing the shoulders slightly toward one another. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Inhale, release the clasp of the hands. Let the fingers glide down toward the mat. Reach and extend the arms forward and up. Shift the weight toward the front foot. Gently, mindfully lifting the back leg off, bringing the left knee up in toward the chest, finding your stability and your strength here through the standing right leg. Cross the left knee over the right, placing the left toes on the floor or squeezing the legs toward one another, bringing the left foot toward the right. Shin maybe reaching the left foot around the back of the right calf. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tuck the tail as the low abdomen draws in. Breathe in. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, spread your arms wide like wings. Exhale, cross the right elbow over the left. Reach the palms for the shoulders, or bring the back of the forearms together, or clasp the hands. Good. Focus your gaze in front of you. Reach forward through the forearms as the elbows rise up, and feel the opening in the back of your heart space. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, release the clasp of the arms. Broaden your wings. Squeeze your shoulders toward each other on your back. Push through your right leg. Extend your left knee up toward your chest. And exhale, hinge and fold forward. The left leg shoots back. The fingertips of both hands come to the floor. Good. Push and extend out through the left heel. Bring the toes toward your mat and extend the left leg to the left side of the room. Bring the leg back through center. Take any amount of bend that you need in the right knee so that when you're moving the left leg out to the left side, you can still stay stable and avoid lifting that left hip up and away. Keeping the hips as level as possible. 3 more here. Last one. Back through center. Start to straighten the right leg. Release the left foot to meet the right. Catch opposite elbows and take a nice little wiggle sway side to side like seaweed in the ocean. Like the blades of grass beneath the spring brooks. And let the hands dangle. Slowly rise and reach. Energize equally through both legs as the arms reach wide and up. Lengthen through the sides of the body. Extend the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise, reach, extend the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Anchor the palms to the shins. Press the spine long. Crown reaches away from the tail. And fold on the out breath. Inhale, rise, reach, extend the arms up. Exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Lift the right knee toward the chest. Slowly take the right foot behind you as the left knee bends, the left leg stabilizes, and soften the right foot to your mat. Reestablish your balance in your high lunge. Widen the feet if you need to create stability through the base. Find a strong, lifted lunge. Good. Front hips slightly back, back hips slightly forward in space as the inner thighs squeeze toward the midline. Sweep the arms wide and up, inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale, express your fingertips to the sky. Good. Tail to your mat. crown toward the sky. Opposite opposing energies moving equally in both directions, balancing the yin and the yang. Inhale. Exhale, smile. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the arms down. Reach the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers and press the fists down toward the floor. Opening the chest. Breathe into your heart. Smile your collarbones. Energize the shoulders toward each other. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. If you find the legs fatigue, give yourself permission to push through the heel on your out breath, straighten the leg, and exhale, slowly lower back in. Good, either option's fine. You can stay in the static position or move with control through a pulse. Good, 3 more breaths here. Good. Keep the spine long. Reach the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale. The left shoulder inside the left leg. The hands stay here, lifting off of the low back. Or you can release the clasp of the hands. Energize the shoulders away from the ear. Squeeze the muscles on the sides of the rib cage and back body. And express the fingertips to the back of the mat. Long spine. Lift the navel. Strong, steady breath. Feel your strength. Let the heat build in your body. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Next, inhale, the fingertips sweep toward the floor, and you slowly rise up, reaching overhead, starting to shift the weight into the front leg. Lift off the right foot, squeeze the knee toward the chest as you come to a strong, stable balance through the left leg. Arms reach overhead, and release your hands to your side. Cross the right knee over the left. Option to place the toes down on your mat or wrap the foot behind the left leg, left shin. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Broaden the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back and down. Navel to spine. Tuck the tail. Breathe in. Exhale, left elbow crosses over right. Hands wrap behind the back of the shoulders. Option 1. Option 2, connect the forearms. Lift the elbows. Option 3, cross the forearms, connect the palms. Lift the elbows. Forearms press away from your body. Breathe and feel your strength. Three more breaths here. Squeeze the inner thighs toward one another. Strengthen through your midline. Inhale, open, expand the arms. Exhale, push up through the left leg. Uncross the leg, squeeze the knee in toward the chest. Hinge at the hips, stay on the left leg, folding over the leg. Fingertips connect to your mat. Take as much bend as you need through the left leg. Push your right leg right through the heel to the back of your mat. Turn all 5 toes of the right foot down towards your mat and open the right leg to the right side of your room. And then back through center. So right ankle moving outside of the right end of your mat. Continue for several more cycles. If you need to take a break and come back, Then find what you need and give yourself permission to go there. 3 or 4 more. Keep the hips level. Lengthen your spine. Feel your strength. Leg comes back through center. Release the foot down. Take the feet wider than the hips. Bend through the right knee, then shift your weight over, bend into the left knee, and wiggle your way down toward a squat. Good. Let there be a little bit of movement here. Okay, we'll take Malasana in whatever variation works in your body today. Some of you might have your heels lifted. If you do, you could take your blanket and snuggle it in underneath your feet so that they have some place to land. Some of us might be up a little bit higher with our forearms on our thighs. Great option as well. Okay, alternately, elbows inside of the knees, thumbs to the chest. Press the elbows into the knees. Open through the hips. Lift the spine, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and smile. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Good. If the eyes want to dart all around the room at this point, take your gaze down to the tip of your nose and keep your focus here as you breathe. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale, bring your right hand to the floor outside of your right knee. And sweep the left arm up toward the sky, twisting through the rib cage, grounding through the feet and the pelvis. Expand the ribs as you breathe. Engage the left shoulder toward the spine. Optional to take the gaze up. Please honor what's appropriate in your neck, and you're having stress or strain in the neck lately, then leave your gaze in a more neutral position. Inhale. Exhale, release the left hand. This time it comes to the floor. Inhale, sweep the right arm out and up. Squeeze the right shoulder toward the spine. Keep opening the hips, drawing the knees away from the midline. Loosen the jaw, relax the teeth and the tongue. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hand through center. Hands come inside of the feet. Push down to lift up. Feet underneath the hips. Bend the knees, fold forward, walk the hands over to the left, and then over to the right. One more time to the left. And one more time over to the right. Good. Back through center. Inhale, rise, reach, extend the arms wide enough. Exhale, hands down through your heart. Inhale, rise, reach, extend. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back behind you. Lower the knee. Shift your weight forward. Shift your weight back. Lift your toes. Shift your weight forward. Walk your hands forward. Good. Sink into your front knee. One more time. Shift your weight back. Bring your body forward. Take your hands to the inside of the left knee. Walk your hands over toward the right. Plant your right hand. Inhale. Open up through the waist and the side body, expressing the heart to the sky And then we're going to twist. So we're going to bring the arm toward the right side, sweep the fingers toward the back of your mat, and then open forward and out again. And take this little twisting flow several times. See if you can really feel into the flowing movement, maybe as though your arm was moving through water. Full breath. Expansive breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Lower the left hand down. Walk the hands back through center. Lift the back knee. Good. And we're going to spring the right foot forward to meet the left. Folding here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Leave your right foot forward, step your left leg back, left knee to your mat. Shift your hips back, bring your hands back, lift your right toe up. Walk your hands forward, bend into your front knee. Repeat this a few more times. Notice any difference in the opening of your hips, the mobility of your hips. From the beginning of practice to now, knowing that our intention is to create spaciousness to help us feel better in our everyday movements through life. Let go of the goal to be in a deep splits. I just turned 38 last week. It's probably not going to be in my wheelhouse, and I'm totally okay with that. Hands come forward, walk the hands to the inside of the right leg. Bring your hands over toward the left side of the mat. Left hand stays down, right arm sweeps to the right, opening the heart, reaching, extending the right arm behind you, and flowing the right arm forward, down, and around. Good, several more times like this. Just as though that arm is swimming through the warm ocean waters. You're floating and flowing. Feel this generous opening through the side waist, through the rib cage. Let it be organic in your body. Let your movement look different than mine and feel nourishing in your body. Good, we're gonna sweep forward and up one last time. Back through center and down to the left. Walking your hands back into either side. And then we're gonna walk the hands toward the center of your mat. If you have a blanket, get it now. You're going to lay your blanket in the center of your mat toward the long edge of your mat and let the blanket come to about, 3/4 of the way down the mat on both sides. Okay? All right, so knees on the blanket, widening the knees, coming into frog pose. So taking the ankle so that it's in alignment with the knee, the shin is moving straight back, and then the ankle's resting here behind us. Notice the tendency of the hips to want to move back behind the knees, and see if you can keep the hips level with the knees. Maybe come down onto the forearms, see how this feels. Okay, if there's more space, maybe the knees wiggle walk a little bit further apart from one another. Okay, some people will stay here on forearms and feel quite content to be here, or maybe let the head dangle. Other people might have more space. They might walk the forearms further forward. Some people will lower the chest all the way to the floor. Or you could put a bolster underneath the chest. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. Let yourself receive a groin opening here, a hip opening here. Okay, but if this pose is just not for you, or sometimes it can be really, really tender on the inner knees, option to be reclined in a butterfly pose or seated in a butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Take a little peek and see that the hips are lined up with the knees, And soften in here for a few more cycles of breath. Good. And then from wherever you are, you're going to come back up onto your forearms and then to your hands. Push into the floor. And once you've brought your hands closer, I like to bring my toes in together as though they were coming into child's pose with tucked toes. And then that gives me a little bit of leverage to bring the knees back in slowly toward each other. From here, you're going to make your way down onto your back. We're not quite ready for Shavasana, but if you want to add your socks or add a sweater, bring any props that you want with you when we do go to Shavasana, you could grab them now. Come to a reclined position on your back. And once you arrive here, hug your knees toward your chest. Let your knees be wider than your hips. Your big toes could be connected to one another. You're just going to take a little gentle rock side to side. Good. Raise the legs, raise the arms, give everything a shake. Little beetle on its back, shake side to side, shake forward and back. Good. Okay, we'll complete our practice with Happy Baby before Shavasana. So we're going to let the knees come down toward the armpits. We're going to reach between the knees and catch the shins, the ankles, or the outside edges of the feet. Good. Imagine that the feet were in a position where they'd be flush with the ceiling. So energize the toes down toward the shins. Let your chin tuck slightly to give yourself a nice long neck. Draw the tailbone down toward the floor. Wiggle your jaw. Let the teeth stay slightly separated. 3 more breaths here. Good. Release your hands from your feet when you're ready. Bring your feet to the floor, knees wide. Lower the knees to one direction, come back through center, and then to the other direction. Couple more times to each side in your own way, in your own time. Good. Knees back through center. You could use a blanket behind your head and neck for Shavasana. Or if you have a second blanket or a bolster, you could also place a bolster underneath your knees. If you just have one blanket, you can decide which option you'd like to use. And make your way for the next moment into a comfortable reclined position, whatever that looks like for you. And as you arrive, breathing in calming, quieting energy, and breathing out. Imagine that you were resting outside on a warm, sunny day in a place where you feel safe and comforted and whole. A place where you can fully let go. Feel the spaciousness of the sky surrounding you in this space, and the warm glow of the sun's light against your skin. And with this warmth, your body starts to feel ease. The skin loosens. The muscles loosen from the bones. The bones become heavy and receive the full support of Mother Earth below you. And you are held here. Notice any sounds around you. And continue to let go. Giving yourself permission to replenish, to be nurtured, to be nourished. To move with each inner experience from an empty tank to an overflowing cup of vibrant health. And a vitality that is youthful and enthusiastic. It's these practices of deep rest and nourishment that allow us to be in full expression of our true nature. In the more outer parts of our lives. And taking care on the inside. Receiving your breath. Give yourself permission to rest here for as long as feels helpful and complete. If you're ready to rise now in this moment, give yourself a minute to roll through to one side. And then rise all the way up to seated. Join me with your hands together at the center of your heart space. And we will close together with Om, 3 Shanti, 3 Peace, and Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.